What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about gold mining. This stock itself is so much more than just a gold stock. I want to talk on what that means. And outside of that though, this is one of the most undervalued stocks. I'm going to explain all of that and why this is very beneficial to get in right now. But before I get into any of that, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. With that though, let's get right to it. So while I am on this screen, so you can see 140 million is the market cap, and this is going to kind of translate into a little bit more. I'm going to explain that, but looking on their website, so you can see the two tickers on the TSX, GOLD, and on the American Exchange, GLDG. Looking on their website, there's a ton of projects, which ultimately equates to a lot of actual gold. So right now they do have roughly about 32 million ounces of gold and equivalent resources. So again, coming back down to the point, this is a very undervalued stock because they also do own 15% of Gold Royalty Corp, which technically has a market cap of roughly about 130 million. Again, tying back into this, currently gold mining is 140 million as far as their market cap. So this is where you're getting. So only 10 million for the underlying business. This does not make sense. And usually when it doesn't make sense, that means we are extremely undervalued. I'm going to explain all of that as well. But at the end of the day, it does have an amazing management team. So 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗛, definitely very well known for making very successful businesses, two of which I'm going to tie into a little bit later. But you can see right here, technically it does have the Gold Royalty Corp as far as that's what he formed. So it's definitely one of those things that I've always said when it comes down to a mining stock, you really need to look at the management. So definitely very beneficial to have him as chairman and founder on there. But again, tying back into this, having 130 million in as far as Gold Royalty Corp, 15% ownership, huge amount of gold. So especially with the amount of fear out in the market, I don't need to explain that to you guys right now, but typically gold is set for a massive rally. And even looking at the price right now, it has gone down a huge amount despite the amount of fear about inflation, CPI, everything and under the sun. But when it comes down to, like I said, it is very beneficial to look at this stock, and more so when it comes down to smaller cap stocks, especially during value rallies, it goes up so much more. And I'm just going to put this in perspective. So between December 2013 and March 2014, GLDG went up 164% versus gold only going up 11.49. So that's a 10x leverage. Looking in January 2016 to September 2016, 665% GLDG went up, which is absolutely amazing. And versus gold, only 22.65%. Again, December 2018, February to 2022, 150% up versus gold, only 26. And March 2020 to August 2020 went up 218% versus the price of gold, 36%. So this is where it's very beneficial. And like I said, going back to this, we are very undervalued for the price of gold. So it definitely is, in my opinion, keep in mind I'm not a financial advisor, well overdue for a massive rally, which would position gold mining as a excellent opportunity for an investment. And outside of that though, they do really have a very well established portfolio. Like I said, this is just not a typical growth stock. It does have a lot of other attributes, mostly linked because of 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗛, but still very beneficial for the underlying asset. And like I said, just want to explain that to you. So it does have two very strongly kind of performing stocks, one of which is Uranium Energy, and similar kind of action. So between March 2020 and November 2021, Uranium Energy Corp did have a 1,035% return, and between July 2021 and November 2021, it did have a 189% return. And then similarly to what GLDG does have as far as a royalty corp, Uranium Energy Corp does have Uranium Royalty Corp. So similarly, between March 2020 and November 2021, it did have a 875% return. Between July 2021 and November 2021, had a 153% return. So not only does GLDG have an amazing portfolio for gold itself, but the uranium component as well, everything is very set to flourish. And when it does flourish, it really goes, and that's really a big understatement. So let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. But overall though, a lot of people really do like stocks more so for what analysts say. And this stock, like I've been clearly portraying to you guys, has a huge amount of upside potential. Just going to show you two. So in July 2013, 2021, it does look like there was a rating of $5.75. So a massive amount of upside potential, clearly sought out by analysts. Then similarly, they did reiterate their buying opportunity in August 30th, 2021, and they upped it to $6. So I'm just going to quickly go over to Interactive Brokers and just show you something as well that I found very interesting. And you can see right here, hypothetically, this is all the buy ratings. And once again, you can see HNC or Wainwright did now reiterate their target. This was now in June 15th, 2022. So this year, $6.25. So they went from $5.75 to $6, now to $6.25. So very, very beneficial. And outside of that, you can see Roth did put a $2.75 as far as price target. So depending on how you see things right now, given the circumstances of where we're sitting, it does represent an average of 293% as far as a return. That's even if they hit that very conservative price target. If it's more so, if you agree with Wainwright, that is a significantly a lot more than that. So let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. But again, coming back to that and cycling all this back together, a lot of big money always gets into value stocks. And you can even tell based on the institutional holdings of actual GLDG, a lot of big money gets in, such as Vanek Associates. There's also Ruffler LLP, Renaissance, Millennium, BlackRock is a very big holder in this as well, Goldman Sachs. And outside of those big players as well, there's also the KCR fund. There's also Doug Chasey and Rick Rule are also big parts of this. Ruffler Gold, Extract Capital, Sprott is another big one. So a lot of big names, including even Oppenheimer Holdings, who does do a lot of big ratings. So overall, there's a lot of big names that are all getting into this and do consider this a very good asset. Even more recently, based on the 13Fs just a couple months ago, some institutions have been increasing 765%, 84%, 31, 66%. So clearly a lot of big money is getting in, and this is why they see this as a huge value play. Again, going back to what I said at the very beginning, only having a market cap of 140 million, but yet all the underlying assets are being so much undervalued, well below its intrinsic value, and all of them have the capability, when it does run, it is going to run. And I'm very serious about that, like I explained to you, based on its uranium components and based on also gold, and technically outside of that, Gold Royalty Corp as well. So clearly a lot of big things, and all have the capability of doing a lot of positive things. Clearly enough so for analysts to consistently increase their price target on this. So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Once again, don't forget to pop over to their website as well. Take a look at this, has a lot of good information. But with all that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money.